Hello everyone, I'm Joanne and welcome to my craft room. I'm excited to do a little foiling with you guys today and some die cutting with this wonderful classic Christmas collection. It's a new release from Spellbinders. I am an affiliate for Spellbinders, scrapbook.com, Gina K Designs, and Amazon. There are links below this video that if you click on the links and place an order, I do receive a small commission at no cost to you. I sure do appreciate you guys clicking those links and ordering. So I receive a product sometimes from Spellbinders that is a sample, and then there's a lot of times that I purchase also. This happened to be a sample that they sent me. My hot foil plate here that you see right here on my Glimmer hot foil machine, I received free with an order that I placed with scrapbook.com. Now, I do put advertisements over on my Facebook page for scrapbook.com or Spellbinders or, you know, whatever that I find that's a good deal for you guys. So you'll want to follow me on my Facebook page. There is a link below for you to click and just follow me over there. I like to use that page for advertising, and I like to use my YouTube channel just for videos. So that's kind of what I do. You know, so but you just go over there and follow me on that Facebook page, and you'll see all of the specials. And sometimes if you miss a video on here, you might catch it over there. All right, so very simple. Look at, I even did the inside right here. I'm using those Fran's frames for Christmas. I think they look so pretty. There's a whole bunch of them. Let me show them to you. They even have this one for the slim line. Look, I even have ones in here that I did foiling on it. I cut the hexagon out. They have rectangles and ovals and scallops and hexagons and stitched parts and little postage stamps. It's a whole collection. So you'll use this a lot because, as you see, I do. Gives the inside of the card or even the outside of the card, you know, just a different look. Okay, so what we want to do with this, and I made, I had to stop because I made a video and I made a bad boo-boo because I want to foil on my dark green cardstock, and I hated all of this up, and I put white cardstock down. I was like, oh no. So let me remove this. That is just a little bit, still a little bit warm. And I thought that I would just go ahead and do some other things while that cooled off with you guys. Okay, so here is the Christmas. Okay, it says Merry Christmas. And again, it's the classic Christmas collection from Spellbinders. So it has the shadow dies and then it has the intricate dies. Well, the intricate dies I want to do out of this gold that I have. I just had this piece of gold hanging around, but I want to make sure that I don't get any liquid glue on that gold because it really makes it smudgy. First, I want to cut out my shadow dies. Okay, let's go ahead and bring the platinum in. And let's just go ahead and get these shadow dies cut. I like to use a magic mat. The magic mat replaces one of the clear cutting plates. So I just have some dark red cardstock here, almost maroonish looking. And I'm just going to put these down like this. And I'm just going to send this right through. Oop. I don't have it lined up good. Here we go. Sorry, I was offline there and it just was not going to go. There we go. All right. Okay. So here we go. And look at how nice, boy, they really cut out so well. Right? So there's our Merry. Now the M on the shadow die is connected, but the M on the intricate die is not, nor is the little dot for the eye. So don't forget about those. The little dot for the eye, don't let it kind of go to the wayside there, right? And it could easily get put in the trash. Okay, so our Merry, I want to go ahead and use this paper. You could use any paper you want. You could even make paper out of glimmer paper. I've done that before. But I had this in my stash, so I thought that I would just go ahead and show you guys how I use paper. double-sided paper for, or adhesive for projects like this. So I just kind of cut it out in haphazardly. It doesn't matter, okay? This is no, there we go. 2 pieces right there. Great, right? So I'll keep that. And now I want to bring in some adhesive sheet right here. And what I like to do is to take this piece and just put it up here. And I put it shorter on each side. Okay, this is what I like to do. Get my scissor here. Okay. If I'd quit knocking into it. Okay, right here. And so I just kind of cut this down like that. And yeah, I think that's good for that one. I just make it a bit smaller than the piece that I am working with. And you'll see why. Because this is really in the center of it, okay? So again, that's just like, I make sure that I see it. Okay, either both directions, both sides. Okay. And I'll just like come down on that, just like that. And just like that. And that seems to work out quite well for me. Now, you want to go ahead and take your piece. And look, you know, it's not straight or anything like that. It doesn't have to be. And find where you can separate it. Sometimes there's a little separation in it anyway. I will link you some from scrapbook.com that's extremely affordable. So this side is sticky. And I'll just kind of put that on the back right there. And that's for my Christmas. See, and now what's going to happen is I don't need to use any liquid glue with this because, you know, like I say, the liquid glue on any kind of a shiny surface does make a dull mark. So for your holidays, just go ahead when you're placing your order and add some adhesive sheets. You won't go wrong. And see, that one's off a little bit. It doesn't matter, honest to goodness. And that's going to go right there, and that's right there. Are we cooling? Yes. Okay, good. All right. So now let's just go ahead and get these little things cut. Now, we are going through a few thicknesses right here. So I'll run it back and forth like 3 or 4 times. Because I have a thicker paper because it's gold, and then I have the adhesive on there. So, beautiful. So I just want to make sure that I get good, I want it to cut all the way, I can already see it's already cut all the way through because it was lifting up, so that's wonderful. Okay, let's move these guys off of here and that out of the way. Good. Let's go ahead and start to put this together for the outside. Oh, I just love it. I don't want to, it's this little dot. I'm scared to death I'm going to lose this dot. I know you guys would feel the same way, and it's not fun. I mean, it's not that it's not bad, but see, it's just so little to peel that backing off. Just get your tool right in there. This is a great tool. And peel that back off. And I put that on first thing. So we do not lose it. Now, this is like detaching like a slinky. I always say with these kind of dies right here that are very intricate, you know, they're very thin. And here's our C. The C and the M are separate, and I think that's just so much fun. I've seen other presenters use the C and the M and then use different font. Like use a little square font to say Christmas, but you could use the C. And I thought that I love when other people think outside the box like that. I watch everybody. I subscribe to everybody. I don't make any comments most of the time. I just watch and like. And And I'll tell you, if somebody has a video that's an hour long, I watch their video, you know. I mean, I would watch TV, right? I would watch something on, but that's me. You know, some people, they're in it for 4 or 5 minutes and they're like, okay, I'm done. And, you know, so I don't know, but I watch YouTube crafting videos like I would watch House Hunters, you know? How funny. So look at how beautiful this is, and so simple. Did you see? Just like, and now let it fit, like scooch it. You can scooch it, okay, to fit right where you need it to. It's like I said, it's like a slinky. It's got a little give to it, especially if it sticks to you like that did. Get my H over there. There we go. And then press it down. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful, isn't it? Now, the other thing I could have done, and now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, of course, it's always an afterthought. I do have adhesive squares. Let me show you. I found these in my craft room. I could have cut the shadow die out. I could have attached it on, you know, the paper onto here, and then cut the shadow die out with this adhesive square, and I would have had a full adhesive. Okay, so, or you can also cut many, you know, behind it and build it up like that, almost like it's a chipboard piece. But I'll just go ahead and put my little dimension, you know, the little foam squares or whatever behind there. We'll do the same thing with the Mary. Just some extra ideas for you guys. And again, the M is detached from the word. I take my time because the adhesive sheet is just a little sticky. So let's peel. There we go. As soon as you get it started, it just comes right off, you know. Very easy, but also extremely wonderful when you're dealing with gold and you don't want to get smudges. That's so cute. Poke these out right here. This kind of a card, you don't need much on it. You know, we're doing some foiling, and these letters are beautiful and big. So I didn't even put any embellishments on the outside because I felt like the hot foil plate did that for us. Here we go. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful, right? I love that. Nice. Pick that up just a little bit here. See more of that red around there. Okay, now we'll squish it all down. Good. Okay, so that's ready to go, except for some of the adhesive on the back of it. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and turn my machine on again. It's still warm, but I feel like my plate, yes, is cool now that I can touch it. Okay, so I want to take my dark green cardstock, and I want my dots on my dark green cardstock. So I've already cut a piece of foil here, and what we're going to do is use this hinge technique. So remember, pretty to pretty, okay? Pretty to pretty. But we're going to first hinge this paper right onto this hot foil plate. I'm going to use some of the best ever yellow craft tape right here. I'm just going to look at those dots. I'm really lining this up, trying to get it as straight as I possibly can. So I'm using that hinge right there. I'm going to lift this up. See a little bit of my tape right there. I'm going to put my paper in here. Remember, I've got it pretty side to pretty side. And I'm going to close my hinge. make sure I see my foil at the top so that I get my dots, and I think we're pretty good there. Okay, see, I see just a little bit of foil there for my dots. I feel like my paper is nice and straight. I can go ahead and let's go ahead and cut this bottom off right here. I always save this for sentiments just in case, right? Or little leaves or something like that. So let me put that in my little bucket. Okay, so here's our sandwich. As soon as my lights come back on, I'll be right back. Okay, so my lights are ready, and even my timer light was ready, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and put the foil plate down. And then again, the shims, the thin shim, the green, has the heat protectant in it, so it goes down first, then the spacer pad right here. And I'm just going to kind of let this heat up just for a second because it's all nice and hot. All my buttons are ready. I was putting my adhesive on the back of my Christmas here just to save time, and I forgot to look over. And I was like, oh, all my buttons are ready. I need one more little piece I saw right up in here. Just like so. Might can even cut that back a little bit. Sometimes I just tear it off. There we go. Good. That's wonderful. Okay. So this is getting nice and hot. And I'll bring in the Platinum 6. And we're going to undock. And we're going to roll through just one time. And I roll slowly so that it's transferring up into the paper. Let's see what we get. Ooh, it came apart. Oh my goodness, it's perfect. Oh, you guys are going to love it. Let me get my paper off of here. Look at that. So quick and easy. Wow. That came out wonderful. All right, now we're not done. We are not done. You know us, we are not done. Let me flip this over here. It's a heavy plate, so I kind of just flip it off. I'm going to heat that back up. I'm going to remove this piece of foil. Look at that. So wonderful. That's hot. Okay, let's get the solid hot foil plate. Now this is where the white cardstock comes in. We're going to go pretty side. Again, to pretty side. Okay, just like that. Let it get a little warm. It usually flattens out. Sometimes it curls up even more if it's warm. And then I'm going to take my Hammermill. I like to use Hammermill cardstock. Spellbinders has also come out with a nice cardstock. I will link that for you also. So I'm going to wait for my lights to come on. Look at how beautiful that came out. Let's move this. Nice. Now I can touch that now. Okay. Look how pretty that is. Do I even have a card base ready? Let me see. No. Okay, so while that's heating up here, let's push the timer. Let's go ahead quickly and slice this at 5½. I'm going to score it right over here at 4¼ and give it a fold. Look at what all we're doing while that all's heating up. And I'm going to give this a good press with a bone folder. Just like that. Now we're ready with the front, just like that. Let's move this to the side. bring that platinum back in. Wait till you see. Now, I'm not going to make another card with this one, but I wanted you to see this result, because this is something that, even though I'm using like the whole piece of it, you can cut it out with other dies, okay? The hexagon immediately comes to my mind, which is what I'll probably be doing to use as a background. Now watch this. This is a solid plate. This is why I say when you order your glimmer machine, just go right ahead and order your solid plate. That went right through. That's good. Let's see what we get. Just add your solid plate to your order. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. And now let me show you how we do not waste any foil. And now you have a solid gold with white dots. So you cut this up any way you want. You can cut circles, Fran's frames, you can cut hexagons, anything you want. You know, or of course you could use it as a full background. Do I have that one around? Yes, I have it right here. I cut this one down to size. I'll probably cut this off right here and make it a little shorter. You know, make it a little smaller for the front of a card. But this is the way that you save your foil. And this is the way you get like 2 cards for the price of 1. Which is what I did on my last video with that poinsettia, right? So let's see. Are we good? We're good. Let's do this. And now let's get this out of the way. Okay, let's move that to the side. And this too. Now I've got a nice little area here. And let's see. Let's go ahead. I'll bring my little Misty in here. My little mini Misty. I love the mini Misty. Although, I don't know if you heard me say, oh no! Do you see what I did? Whew. Lucky I didn't press that down. Now I want the big Misty. Well, I saw Jennifer McGuire do this thing with Gina K's wreath builder on the big Misty. And now it's like, well, okay, well, let's go. Now I need the big one. Because I thought, well, I'm not going to use that much. Let's see if I have that straight. See, look at your grid lines and see if you're straight. There, I love this. Because I thought, well, yeah, I just usually use it for sentiment. And then they had to go and do something like that. And I was like, ah. So there's that, right? It's good. It'll have to be like a Christmas present to myself or something. Look at that. I'm just going to give it a little bit more. There we go. That's it. Now, this is the inside of the card. And move that aside. This little piece of the dark green is 5 by 3, or is it 5? Let me check. I think it's 4. No, it is. It's 5 by 3 3/4. Yes. And then I use my Fran's frames right here. And that nice sentiment from Simon Hurley's collection. I love mixing everything up. That is just so fantastic because I just like, I'm like, oh, I think I would like to use this with that and that with this. And all of a sudden, I've used 5 or 6 things from my craft room that I never thought I would. And I have a really, really nice result. Okay, let's put that on the inside of our card right here. We have to stamp our trees. I love these trees from that collection also. But that's my next thing to create. That's what's in line is Simon Hurley's. You know, I thought I was done with Christmas in July, but I guess I'm not. You know, honest to goodness, I'm going to be making Christmas cards now up until November. I see it coming. It's always that way. I'm always like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And then I start making them like, oh, that's so pretty. I want to use those reds and the gold and the and I don't know. It just, yeah. It just is what it is. All right, let's get our die cuts in here. Now watch this. This is amazing because this just really pops this card. Make sure we're all sticky, yes. Okay. And I put it on a little angle, the Merry, and then the Christmas. And like I said, I've used no embellishments because it doesn't need any. We've foiled. Look at the inside. Isn't that adorable? Let me get my envelope. Right here. And pad. And I'm going to just go ahead and stamp one of Simon Hurley's little trees in the corner. Because it's Christmas. There we go. Here is our beautiful card for today with a little bit of foiling, a little bit of die cutting, some adhesive sheets to use, and a little bit something different on the inside just to give it a little pizzazz, right? Thank you so much for watching and clicking on my links. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.